Hey gang, back with another video for you today. Last year I did a video about this house where I did my top 5 Maison Margiela replica fragrances video. But now I have 13 of these fragrances and I wanted to let you know what they are in my ranking order. So if you are not familiar with Maison Margiela or Maison Margiela, it's a fashion house out of France from a Belgian-born designer. Let me tell you what they are. Stick around and I'll give you my top 13 fragrances from Maison Margiela. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. If this is your first time on this channel and you love watching fragrance reviews, finding out about new fragrances, discovering new brands, and participating in giveaways, and still haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. So the first time I discovered Maison Margiela fragrances were at Barney's, but at the time, the only one that was available was Untitled, and then there was another version of Untitled. But fast forward to 2014, I was in Cannes, France. I was in a shopping for perfume of all things, which I do all the time. So I think this was 2013 December, which is when I usually travel, December, January, 2014 January. So 2013 December, I discovered the replica range of fragrances there for the first time. And still, I wasn't too familiar with Maison Margiela. And I was smelling them and I was enjoying what I was smelling. So fast forward to shopping here in the States, because they are launched here and they're selling at Sephora of all places, and they also have them at Barney's, and then Nordstrom's carries them as well. Maison Margiela fragrances are distributed by L'Oreal, who also distributes Armani, YSL, Ralph Lauren, you name it, all of those brands. So a lot of people think that this is a niche brand or a niche house, but definitely a designer. We actually have a boutique here in San Francisco's Maiden Lane where you can go buy their clothing in addition to their fragrances as well. So let's get started with the list. At number 13, probably the one that probably a lot of you know about that I put at the very bottom is Jazz Club, this one right here. So Jazz Club is all about tobacco and boozy notes. It's a pretty decent release and it just doesn't wow me as much, but I still wear it. Kind of goes in the direction of the one almost, if that makes sense, the one from Dolce & Gabbana. So it's sort of similar, it has similarities, but I kind of prefer the one over this one. But once in a while I kind of pull for this one because I like that boozy tobacco touch. I just wish the boozy touch and the tobacco touch was a little more sharper, a little more substantial. Other than that, I think it's a great release. So Jazz Club at number 13. So at number 12, we're going with At the Barber's, this one right here. So At the Barber's is sort of like a barbershop fragrance. That's what the fragrance is. So a lot of the fragrances that I didn't mention this at the beginning, but a lot of these fragrances are themes or settings, and they also have like a city or a country mentioned on the labels of the fragrances. So this is At the Barber's, and this is supposed to be at a barber shop, and the way barbershop smells, you know, you've got the lavender, the tonka bean, and oak moss, and of course perhaps geranium, but it has a very like an aftershave or shaving cream kind of a smell. That's why it's called At the Barber's. So I think I like this one a little more than Jazz Club. That's why I put it here at the in front of it. And I like barbershop-y fragrances a lot. I mean, I love fougères, and this is definitely fougère. This also kind of sort of hints at YSL's Rive Gauche a little bit. So if you like that one, definitely one to check out. And the fragrances I'm talking about so far are from the Eau de Toilette collection that retail for about $130 for 100 ml. So they're not overly expensive, but they're also like not under $100, so they're a little on the pricier side. So that's At the Barber's at number 12. At number 11 is Sailing Day, this one. Now what I like about this is it's an aquatic once again, which I have turned around and started enjoying. And I like this one a lot because it's very blue. Of course the water is blue, I mean the juice is blue. It has a very aquatic touch, It's also very breezy smelling, if that makes sense. So you can smell the sea breeze, but there's something about it in the dry down is very woody and patchouli like, which I really like. So it starts off aquatic and then gets better and better and better. The aquatic touches are not like really like overwhelmingly cologne heavy, so it's bearable rather than some fragrance that go really cologne heavy, which turns me off. This one is really, really nice. That's why it's even ahead of Jazz Club and at the Barber's. So this is Sailing Day. Check it out. This next one is called Tea Escape. A really, really lovely tea fragrance, and this is at number 10. So tea. You like tea? This is more like a green tea with oolong tea. It has very kind of nutty qualities to it. Toasted nuts, toasted seeds, things like that come to mind, and it's a really, really good interpretation of a tea scent. Again, it's part of the Eau de Toilette collection, so it's not as expensive as the other ones that I'm going to talk to you about in a little bit. But if you like a good cozy tea scent, this is one to try. Tea Escape from Maison Margiela, and that's at number 10. So at number 9, we're going with Beach Walk, this one right here. So Beach Walk, a great, lovely suntan lotion, sort of like skin smell, if that makes sense. So you're putting the suntan lotion on your skin, and the blending of the skin at the beach, so you got a bit of an aquatic touch. So the skin, the suntan lotion, and the aquatic touches make for a scent, if that makes sense. I really like this one. I was surprised I was really liking it. It's, again, one of those ones that is more closer to the skin. It's a little more personal, but man, it smells so good. I was surprised. It's inspired by a beach walk at the beach, so however your skin smells at the beach. So this is Beach Walk at number 9. So at number 8, we're going with Across Sands, this one right here. So Across Sands is the oud, and this is from the higher priced collection from Maison Margiela, whereas the clear bottles are Eau de Toilette. These are Eau de Parfum concentration. So you have an oud, of course, because these are inspired sort of with more interesting oriental style fragrances, if that makes sense. So this is, of course, the oud. This is a recent acquisition for me, so I have less experience with this one than the previous ones, but it's a spicy oud. So it's oud blended with lots of spices, dates, and things like that. So it's got a very Middle Eastern oriental kind of vibe. I like it. I really like it. So it's Across Sands from Maison Margiela at number 8. So at number 7, it is Lipstick On. I have a review of this with my friend Kara, and she and I did this review together. We both loved it because it starts off, this fragrance starts off with like a lipsticky smell, and then it dries down to start smelling like Fève Délicieuse. There's tonka beans in the dry down and then in the base, and the fragrance changes from lipstick to tonka beans to Fève Délicieuse like qualities. It's a very, very unique fragrance that I really, really love. If you like the smell of lipstick, you gotta try this one. This is Lipstick On from Maison Margiela. Definitely a winner for me. That's why it's up there. So at number 6, we're going to the more expensive collection, around $200, and this is in the black bottle, of course. This is Soul of the Forest. This one right here. This is an EDP compared to the clear bottles, which are EDT. Now this one's a very, very green fragrance. It's slightly powdery, but it's capturing that forest smell into a slightly powdery, green smelling, woody, aromatic style of fragrance. A very, very unique fragrance. If you like green fragrances and woody fragrances and just kind of like mysterious sort of green fragrances, if that makes sense, this is definitely one to try. A great collection. I like a lot of these fragrances. I was really, really surprised, but I'm really happy with the Maison Margiela collection of fragrances, and the sprayers are also very, very cool, and they really do spray really nicely, as you can see. So this is Soul of the Forest at number 6. Oh, the other thing I want to mention about the Soul of the Forest, there's also a very blackberry cassis-like quality to the smell. So kind of like going to the forest and hunting for berries, if that makes sense. Very, very unique smell. So this next one is Music Festival, this one right here. So Music Festival is patchouli. This is their patchouli, but it's also got cannabis. There's also a very nutty underlying quality to this fragrance. The cannabis and the patchouli together act very nutty. It reminds me a little bit of Hindu Kush, if that makes sense. So if you like Hindu Kush from Mancera, this is definitely one to try. But you can pick up that cannabis. I'm not sure if it's really cannabis note or something that supposed to smell like cannabis. So it's very, very woody. It's very patchouli, and it's inspired by, music festival, Woodstock, things like that. So if you like that kind of setting or smell, check it out. It's Music Festival from Maison Margiela at number 5. At number 4, we're going with Untitled, this one right here. Love this one. It was not one that I really liked at first, but I had to come to discover the note of galbanum. So once I discovered the note of galbanum and I learned all about it, it's like this has become one of my favorite fragrances with galbanum in it. Galbanum is a resin, or it's a gum resin type of a note from a leaf. So it's actually a living plant. And it's in fragrances like Chanel number 19. It's in fragrances from Dusita, Fleur de Lalita, Le Siège Blanc. And I'm really looking for discovering this note a little further. But here it's in your face galbanum with some other green notes. And it's a very, very green fragrance. As you can see, it's a green juice. But this is awesome. This is a really, really great fragrance. It's called Untitled. Check it out. I love this one. I think this is available at Barney's. I'm not sure if it's available at Nordstrom's and Sephora, where they sell Maison Margiela. Oh, the other thing I want to mention is they just came out with a new fragrance that's exclusive to Barney's, which I haven't included here and I didn't really care for. This next one is called Wicked Love. This one right here. A very, very unique scent. It's all about roses, but what you have here is green bell peppers. So it's a green scent. The roses kind of come off a bit like stem-like, so it smells like you're smelling the rose stems along with the rose, but very, very awesome. I loved it. This is a scent that I kept coming back to over and over again at Barney's, so I had to eventually buy a bottle because I love the way this smells. So this is Wicked Love from Maison Margiela. Very, very unique rose scent, a very jammy rose with that green bell pepper. So check it out. At number 2, we're going back to that dark bottle collection, the EDP's collection. This is Flying. This was actually featured in my Neroli fragrances video, and this is a very, very eau de cologne inspired fragrance, utilizing, you know, Neroli, orange blossom. You also have petitgrain in here, so it's very green and floral and fresh. Think fragrances like 4711 amplified, you know, intensified. A very, very good scent. I love the way this smells. It's very fresh and refreshing during the summertime. And if you like Neroli, if you like orange blossom, definitely this one is one for you to try. So this is Flying from Maison Margiela. So you probably guessed what my number 1 is, because I haven't talked about it yet, and I've reviewed it on this channel. And the fragrance at number 1 is By the Fireplace, this one right here. This is so good. Such a great name for a fragrance. It is roasting chestnuts at a fireplace in a chalet, a ski chalet is what the inspiration of this one is. And this one seems to be very, very popular with a lot of people in the community, as long as it's, you know, we're talking about Maison Margiela or Maison Martin Margiela fragrances. It is EDT, but what a scent. Perfect for fall, I think. It's cozy, it's a bit gooey, it's a bit smoky, it's a bit woody, but delicious. Absolutely a delicious fragrance. The chestnuts act a little bit nutty, but these are like candied chestnuts, so it has like sweetness to it. Man, it's so good. I think this is probably the most popular fragrance in this collection, at least to me, but I could be wrong because maybe there are a few fragrances that I don't own that are also maybe more popular. I'm not sure. But this is By the Fireplace. So that's my number 1. Guys, what do you think of this list? Did I miss any? Do you have any that I did not mention here? There are a few that I like. There's a Flower Market one that I like. There's a Promenade in the Garden that I like. There's also one more in this collection that I don't have. Something About the Moon. I didn't really care for that one, but there's a few more out there that I really dig in this collection. Maybe we'll make 20, who knows, but for now, these are my 13 favorites. But from the ones I mentioned, what are your favorites? Do you like them? I mean, do you not like these fragrances? Do you not like this house? Have you even heard of Maison Margiela? Let me know. Did you know that these are part of under L'Oreal's distributorship? Let me know. If you don't know, let me know. Please put a comment down. Let's get a conversation started. Otherwise, please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.